You are now a loyal follower of the Villain District Podcast.
William.
Joseph.
Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man.
This is your 20th episode of the Villain District Podcast.
Yeah, everybody. Woo! Ow, ow, ow!
We are brought to you live at the, let's just say there are other people in the room
There are
watching
people
us.
here with us watching us do this.
And my mic stand keeps falling down.
And I don't have my pants on, so that's not true.
You have your shorts on.
Hey,
Woo!
20 episodes. Woo!
Woo! My mother's proud. Thanks for listening, Mother.
Oh.
Mom, I'm talking to you. Is this weird, Mom? Is it weird that I'm talking to you right now? Are you trying to reply? She's sitting on her couch. She's got the podcast app open on her Apple TV.
Right.
And she's listening to me right now.
Oh, your mom
and she's trying to reply.
Your mom listens to this on the TV?
I think so, yeah.
That's cool.
And on her computer.
I was going to make a joke and say, the only thing that's weird is that you're calling me Mom. But
Right.
you said she was sitting on the couch and
Yeah, you're not
the moment passed.
You're not my mother. Not
No,
anymore.
not not since we made that decision.
Nope. Good decision on our part.
It was, yeah.
So, how'd you like your Derby City Comic-Con? Come on.
You know what? Derby City Comic Con was fantastic. It was wonderful. I spent way too much money. I think we should talk about some of our purchases just really quickly to
I'll
let
tell
the
you what,
folks know.
I started reading Jessica Jones last night.
Oh, did you? How is that?
It's fine. I'm 2 pages in.
Was that Ben? Was that Bendis?
Yeah.
Right. The Pulse.
So the Pulse is
Yeah, what is the Pulse?
J. Jonah Jameson
Okay.
has decided that if he can't beat him, he's going to join him, right?
Okay.
Kind of.
All right.
Still hates the vigilantes.
Right.
But he understands that his business is being hurt by the
Yeah.
fact that he keeps blasting down these
That he's
heroes.
living in the past.
Heroes
Right.
are loved
Right.
in this world.
Yeah.
So he decides he's going to have a column written by a retired real-life superhero,
Okay.
Jessica Jones,
Oh, nice.
who's about to have Luke Cage's baby.
Okay.
And he's like, I will hire you, I will give you life or health insurance,
Yeah.
but we want the exclusive on the birth
Right.
of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' baby.
That's so interesting. Wait, so is the Pulse a new publication that he started?
Follower of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Villain District Podcast. I just want everyone to know you're not hearing this, but there's a song blasting in our ears. I want to take it off.
Yeah, please do. Oh.
Never mind, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. I feel like the episode just started again because of what we heard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I think the Pulse is her column.
Oh, okay.
The Pulse of
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
With the Spider-Man and the Daredevils and the
Right.
Luke Cages and the Iron Fists and
all your colorful characters. Yeah. Well, that's so there were amazing deals on comic books at Derby City Comic Con.
I spent $25 on 7 trades.
I spent more than that. I was bad. I was really bad. I spent like $50 on comic books.
That's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
But I got like 10 trades or something or more than that. I don't know.
Oh,
probably
so
more than that.
It might be even. You don't even know how many you got.
I didn't count them. No.
I got. Oh, never mind. I got.
You got more than that.
I got
'cause-
6, 7, 8. I got
Right.
9.
9, yeah.
Got 9 trades.
Yeah, I haven't
Got
started
9.
any of them because I've been working, and also I'm in the middle of some Greg Rucka Punisher. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, reading that.
How's
So-
that?
Oh, it's good. It's really good.
You enjoying it?
It's a nice pairing with Brubaker's Daredevil. I recommend it. Yeah, for sure.
Pairing it. Are you reading
Pairing.
them at the same time?
No, I'm not simultaneous, but that's the last thing I read, pretty much. So,
Okay.
yeah, very good. Very
That's good.
Yep.
So basically what we did at Derby City Comic Con,
yeah,
we wandered around with little microphones
yeah,
and we stalked people,
we did.
tracked them down,
Right,
made them speak to us,
hid
for a
behind
little
trash
bit,
cans. Yeah,
recorded it,
right.
and that's what we did.
That is. Yeah,
And we're sitting in the studio right now, not to be confused with what you're going to hear,
Yeah.
which are out in the field. We were out in
Yeah.
the field.
yeah.
Out in the field recording our interviews.
Anything could happen. We were in the action of it. We were in
to you, bringing it
Yeah.
to you from out in the
right.
field.
taking those chances so you don't have to. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
You also might hear there's a sweet rock band rehearsing behind us, so you might
Right.
hear that. So if you hear that,
There's no rock bands playing at Derby City because that was last weekend.
I will say that there's a lot of noise in the background, though. Did you listen to the...
At Derby City? Yeah, I've listened to the interviews already, so...
And
yes.
It's a little noisy.
It is a little noisy. It's going to be different than our... This whole thing is going to be different. This is episode 20. We're celebrating.
If you're not growing...
Yeah.
You're... What's the opposite of growing?
Showing.
Showing.
Yep.
If you're not growing, you're... Thanks, Jake.
Yeah.
If you're not growing, you're showing. And if you're showing, you ain't no friend of mine.
Right. Because if your friends don't dance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So let's just decide, how do you want to do this? Who did we talk to?
Okay, we talked to, I think we got 5 different interviews. Is that right? 5?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So who are we going with first? That's the question.
Should we
talk about all of them?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's talk about all of them.
Okay, good. So the sort of big name that we got to talk to,
Chuck Moore.
Chuck Moore. We did get to talk to him.
Now, it was just announced yesterday.
I heard this. I was wondering if you heard this.
This was prior to our interview with Chuck.
Yeah.
That Chuck has sold Derby City Comic Con.
Yeah.
By the way, Chuck owns Derby City owned.
Yeah.
Derby City Comic Con. He sold it yesterday to Lexington Comic and Toy Expo.
Yep. Exactly.
Which is neat, I guess. I mean, I guess it's a big...
for sure.
Like, that dude's busy dude.
I was going to say,
He's
that
doing
guy...
a lot of... I think the interview, like, we keep saying, dude, what are you... You're doing a lot of stuff.
You're doing everything.
Are you sure you want to be doing this? And he's nope.
We talked him out of
not.
it. We were like, dude, I don't think you have time for this.
I don't think you should do this.
Looking at your schedule, let me just recommend some better ways to use your time.
How about we just drop him into Chuck Moore?
Okay, yeah, let's go with Chuck Moore first. All right, well, we're here with Chuck Moore, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right
okay,
on the money,
make
man.
Sure. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're with Chuck Moore. What's your title?
I go by show organizer and convention owner.
Show organizer and convention owner.
Yes,
So the one-stop shop.
I try to be
for all things Derby
People
City
tell
Comic-Con.
me I need to stop being the one-stop shop, but I still.
Nice.
If you emailed me asking a question about the show, you probably got an answer from me. So,
yeah. Well, it's a fantastic con, man. We've
Thank you so much.
really enjoyed it. We came last year and had a blast. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for taking the time as well.
Yeah, always.
I appreciate it.
Always.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So real quick, just to start off, kind of give us and our listeners a sort of notion of the history of the con. Like how many years has it been going?
This is the 5th year of the show.
Okay.
It was started by a gentleman by the name of Eric Bannister. He ran it for the first year and the second year. I got with Eric starting pretty much just before the second year show. We've known each other for years.
Right.
But he needed to move on in his life and was looking for somebody and was talking to me, and I ended up purchasing the show from him.
Yeah.
So I've now run it for 3 years, and
Cool.
we've gone to... We did the first year kind of at about the same level where he was. We took it to a 2-day the second year, and this year we just really expanded the space.
Yeah.
We went from 45,000 square feet to 65,000 square feet.
Yeah.
So we really blew up the show a little
That's
bit this
amazing.
year.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell. I mean, obviously, you can tell the difference because a larger room, right? But man, so much stuff in there.
I know,
mean,
it's
so many
packed.
great vendors,
and that's what we did. We didn't just blow up the size of the show floor.
Yeah.
We reutilized every freaking inch we could stick
Absolutely.
stuff into. So it's been fun. It's been well received. Really well received.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to ask you, like this con in particular, one thing that's really cool is it's very comics focused. It's
and
about
that is on
comic
purpose.
books.
That is by design,
Yeah.
and that is because I grew up in comics. I from the moment before I could read. My dad owned Frisch's restaurant, and it had the gold glass counters. We'd go to what they called the commissary to buy the candy, and they would sell comics by the pound. So literally, they would have these string wrapped comics, and you'd buy them by the. He'd buy me 2 pounds. I always wanted to get me 3, never get me that third pound. But I started reading comics by the pound, and so I grew up in comic culture, and I grew up with him. We did shows and different things, and so I wanted that experience I had with my father. I think is really hard in today's world as you're driving so much toward media guests. It's a changing show, and I'm really proud of the fact that not only are we growing a show that is comic and art focused, but it harkens back and allows people from my generation to take their kids to the show they grew up with, which is harder to find these days.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I saw somebody walking around yesterday with those little kids outfits with the like foam muscles on them and stuff like that. I was like, man, if they had those when I was a kid, first of all, that would have been awesome. And then second of all, like the kid's dad had like Hulk and Spider-Man tattoos on him, and he's like holding his kids. Like,
absolutely,
that's awesome. So
For my dad personally, like he's even saying with like the movies and stuff coming out, he's like, this has been 50 years coming for me.
Oh gosh, yes.
Like, and
that's awesome. Yeah, it's suddenly cool to be a geek. It's great, man. And like you're saying with the kids, I had the moment where I watched a little girl walk onto the show floor, and she took 3 steps on and just exploded into tears.
Yeah.
And her mom drops down, is like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" She's like, "There's just so much to see." And I'm like, that made my convention life.
Right,
just to
right.
see that. That's just like a moment you can't buy.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So, like, the con's amazing. I love that it's about comics and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of plates spinning, from
Oh
what
my
I
gosh,
understand. Just in general. I mean, even beyond the con, right?
My fiance, I believe it or not, I never ever plan a Comic-Con at the same time you're getting married. I'm getting married on August 7th.
Oh, wow.
So we're planning
Oh,
a
my
wedding and a
goodness.
Comic-Con simultaneously.
Right.
And she actually writes nationally about bourbon.
Oh, okay.
And so we have all this kind of alcohol tourism. We'll do a lot of those type conventions.
Right.
She's got a tourism company related to alcohol.
Yeah.
So that's one hat. Of course, I do the cons.
Yeah.
And I run a news and information website called CompleteSet.com.
Okay.
I'm sorry, ComicRelated.com.
Right.
Which has been around for about a decade, which is kind of a CNN of comics.
Yeah.
And then my day job is with CompleteSet.com, which is an iPhone app. It's a tech startup about
very cool.
helping you kind of collect your catalog and collect
Yeah,
online.
yeah.
So it's so many hats. Plus, I do a Charlie Tonic Hour pop culture podcast
Okay.
every week. Never missed a week for 180 some episodes.
Wow.
So there's a lot of
Man.
plates.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
all spin.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our 20th episode, so yeah, we're pretty green with it, but we're having a ton of fun.
That's
And
okay.
especially
That's
with
great.
with the podcast game. It's like, we're musicians and we dabble in film and that kind of stuff too.
Uh-huh.
And there's so much that goes into that kind of creative process.
Yeah.
Podcasting, it's like, we're like just over 5 minutes in, and
Yeah.
like we've made something.
Yes,
now,
I know. It's there, and it's
Yeah.
there for all time, as long as you keep paying the bills to have it hosted. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. And also, I've said this probably before on one of the episodes, but like, it's also a great excuse to send somebody really interesting an email, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, let's sit down and talk." You know what
Absolutely,
I'm saying?
yeah,
And like,
yeah.
you get to
Yeah.
meet amazing people. We had Matthew Gaither and April and Kent from Bag and Board.
Yeah.
The Pixel Brain people. We had them on, and we had Brian from the Destination, and so we've just gotten to know a lot of.
It is fun. It opens doors, and it
Absolutely.
enriches your life as you do it. I
Yeah,
love
for
it.
sure.
I mean, I found myself one time at New York Comic Con. I was invited up. I was in a room with Warren Ellis, sitting down, and it was
Yeah.
like they put drapes over all the lights. It was mood lighting,
Yeah.
and he didn't have chairs for us. So we're sitting like at the feet of Papa Ellis, and he's telling us stories, and it's like this
Yeah.
bizarre interview about how he wants to create a church, and literally there's a lady with a whip cracking it in the back of the room, and it was just, it's the most bizarre,
Right.
wonderful
Right.
podcasting experience I've ever had.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic. So tell us about your podcast again. What's your sort of focus?
I did through ComicRelated.com. I did about 350 episodes by the time it was done. I did 300 myself, and then some other people took it over after that. But it was a show called The Related Recap, and that was all interviewing individuals in the comic world.
Oh, cool.
And then I decided when I met Jenny that I wanted to kind of expand my focus and talk about a lot more than just comics. I was kind of getting bored after all those episodes, just having the same conversation over and over again.
Yeah.
So we do a Slice of Life podcast where it's a little bit about, we do like an intro just talking about, it's very focused on kind of the Cincinnati market where we live. And we talk about what's kind of been going on in the area, but then we have a couple topics. It could be media, it could be tech, it could be sex, it could be anything, whatever we hit.
Yeah.
And we always do a drink segment on the show where we try a drink live. It's either sampling a new
cool.
cocktail or something.
Very cool.
And then we always end with some music. So it's kind of a little bit of a slice of life, something to take and talk about. And that one just, she came from the steampunk world, I came from comics, and we were listed as new and noteworthy on iTunes, like episode 3, and that just blew us up. And it's been something that we've had consistently about 5,000 to 6,000 downloads every month and growing since we started.
That's amazing.
So that one's been out of the gate, just been great for us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's almost like a variety show or something.
Yeah, and we do like every 100 episodes, we do like a live show where we have everybody come in, we rent out a bar and just have some fun.
Yeah,
so, it's good.
That's fantastic.
It's good.
Yeah, I remember last year we came to the I guess it was the night before the sort of pre-party at Haymarket.
Haymarket, yeah.
And there was a lot of sort of cocktail people who knew about cocktails.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll put
that's
bourbon over ice and drink it, but that's about as far as I go.
We did the karaoke party at Haymarket last night, and we had a buddy who we know through the alcohol world. He drove over from Hazard.
Oh yeah,
grabbed the mic, sang, hung with us a little bit, and headed back. Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
It's a good world.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, did you want this? Sorry, we're not used to passing a mic,
so
we're
fine,
used to being
man.
out of studio. But so I was gonna say, what's your favorite thing about this year? But that's ridiculous. So how about what's some notable things? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the size was shocking even to me.
Yeah.
I mean, until you really get here and see how big the hall is and how it fills up, that was just seeing a dream realized to get to this size.
Right.
But quite honestly, the public's reaction this year, we, like I said, 2013, 14, and 15 are the 3 years I've actually run the convention. And 2013 was a really good year. 14 was pretty good. 2015 is double anything we've ever done before.
Right.
The numbers were the crowd here was just amazing this year. And to see the community come out and respond, and we try and do such a family-oriented show, and to see all the kids come out and with the Blaster Trooper and just having fun in the corners and just all the stuff going on. I just like... because I've been over a decade in the immediate area, really working in the comedy with all the interview stuff. These shows are like a family reunion for me. It's that almost famous traveling road show. You get to run off, join the circus, and be with your friends. And that's something I love about this. And there's some of my deepest bonds of friendship in this world are in the comic community, and we see each other at shows, and it's just that's part of our life.
Right. It's nice to be able to you drive downtown and see just flocks of people wearing Batman shirts, Deadpool shirts, all this stuff.
Absolutely.
It's like, I know what's going on.
I have found my people.
I know those people. Yeah, for
These
sure.
are my people.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, awesome. Chuck, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Absolutely.
And it has been a blast. And congratulations on the con. It's going great.
Thank you. And honored to spend some time with you guys. Thank you
absolutely.
so much.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
What an interview.
That was a great
I really enjoyed that
interview. I enjoyed it too. Really took me back.
Thanks for stopping and talking with us, Chuck.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Hopefully Lexington Comic and Toy Expo doesn't screw it up, because Chuck, you done a fine job, my sir. My friend, you done a fine job.
It was a great. It has been a great convention for the last 2 years. Those are the only years I've been there, but it's been fantastic. And as we said in the interview, that focus on comic books I really like that. You know what I mean?
I really like it too.
That's what it's about.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Lexington Comic and Toy Expo, they have had some pretty interesting guests that have come. And last year there were some cool guests. This year at Derby City Comic Con,
a lot of local talent,
more stuff to dig through, and more local talent, but less. I guess they probably spent the money on getting all the vendors, the more space, and for us it was great.
It was wonderful. That's why I'm going to be eating ramen noodles for the rest of the month. So
ramen noodles are actually really good for you.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
that's good.
I read that.
That's interesting. Well, so I'm excited about it.
How about a fun one? You wanna talk with Brian?
Right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a crazy one. Okay, so this guy was really honored. He was just super honored to be able to be, you to hear his voice through this fantastic medium of this podcast.
Now you have to remember he doesn't listen to podcasts.
Oh, that's right.
You're probably priming this for him to hear this.
That's right. He's not going to hear this. Okay, he cares so little. He's not even going to hear my joke about him. But this is Brian Barrow from the Destination here in Louisville.
And he thinks he can take my girl.
That's right, he does. And he was on the last episode. He was on 19. Him and Eric were on 19.
Yep.
So so here he is again, and he talks about
honestly, he's such a fun guest that he could be on all of them. It'd be fine.
It would be absolutely fine. Yeah, he's a good guy, and I don't want to sort of out him as a nice guy, because his persona is like
he's really a douche.
Right. Well, that does it. Yeah, it sounds good.
Listen to the Nerdstalgia podcast.
That's right.
From
the Destination Nation Network.
Can you hear me and your ears?
That's actually the only place I can hear you. Is actually my right ear.
I know, because
I can hear you
it's left and right only.
That's true. I'm going to split it, though, in post.
Oh, you are?
And I'm going to EQ and compress each one separately.
You're gonna EQ? I can't hear you.
Oh,
That's true. I'm not speaking for. I'm like, I've got. I don't know if you.
It's kind of a dick move.
Once again, Alpha.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Everywhere
right.
I look, I see Brian Kenniston. Brian Kenniston's what I see.
So we got Brian Barrow of some, what is it, Comic Book Dojo, I think is what
Can you hear the slurping?
That's what
if
you're...
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's good.
I'm drinking a smoothie.
You're not supposed to say what it is. You're just supposed to make the noise and then stop.
I own the destination.
Uh-huh.
And the DNN.
Right.
The Destination Nation Network.
Right. And you were just on our podcast.
I was.
So we were really
we're
tapping
fresh.
the well dry.
But I love
to
you guys.
speak.
I really do.
So-
I really do. I constantly am telling people about how much fun I had on that podcast and how much I like you guys. You guys have just blown me away on how cool you are.
I do appreciate it. We both do.
Awful sweet of you.
Yeah.
To say.
We love you.
So how's your con been?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. A lot
Tell
of
us
money.
about it. What's some of the standout points for you this year?
What do you mean?
I mean, what have you seen? What sticks out? If I go Derby City Comic Con 2015.
The destination booth.
Well, okay.
Honestly, your booth is pretty rad.
Thank you.
Right.
We try to do a lot of stuff here, but actually, you know what? I'm a big toy and statue guy.
Right.
And normally these cons are really very, comic book focused,
Right.
and you see a lot of booths that only do comic books. And I'm actually excited that there's a lot of toy booths this year.
yeah.
And I know that's kind of counterproductive because it cuts into my profits.
Right.
But
You have toys.
Here's the thing. I'm one of those like. I like the nerd culture, no matter who's doing it.
Right, right.
I'm not jaded. I'm not the jaded, mean, angry businessman. Like fuck those guys.
Yeah, not yet.
Like,
Not yet.
yeah, exactly. I hope I never get to
Right,
that. So, but I love seeing all the people around with toys and people having fun.
Very cool. Did you spend too much money?
Way too much, but that's like every con. So,
Oh yeah. Well, for us, like with like trade paperbacks and stuff, you usually see some pretty good deals. So
oh yeah,
you walk away with way too much. I did so far. I plan on going back.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got to do some more shopping. Sweet. Well, we just saw you at the panel.
Yeah.
You were at the Pixel Brain panel.
Bad and bored. Yeah.
Right. And there was somebody asked a question that I feel like yesterday you were like, hey, Will and Joe, don't ask this question. Somebody asked that question. Which was, how does it feel?
What's it like to have people film in your store?
What's
What
it
is
like to
that
have
like,
people
Brian?
film in my store?
What is that
Well,
like?
I'll say the same thing I said down there. I have to wake up at 8 a.m., so that's kind of
Right.
crummy. But I love it. To be honest, waking up doesn't bother. I make the joke about it a lot and give them crap, but I absolutely love filming. They energize me so much in the morning, and they are so much fun. And they're not just. A lot of people are thinking that I am. I just know them from this situation.
Yeah.
I've actually been friends with most of these guys for years,
Yeah.
and they're some of my favorite people to be around. So love them to death.
And that show it's quality. It's so good.
Yes, Matt Gaither. Matt Gaither with Pixel Brain. He's incredible with his production value. It takes him a long time to get a shot, but damn it, if it's not worth it, he does a great job of
Yeah.
what he has.
Yeah,
So-
as we were watching, they showed the first three down there, and as we were watching, I saw you in like 2 or 3 scenes where the first time I saw that, because I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, oh yeah, he's in there. Yeah. Actor as well, right?
Actor, executive producer, comic book store owner, also an owner of a network. I really do it all, and I don't get enough credit for doing it all.
Really?
I don't.
That's why we're here, Brian.
Yeah.
To bring.
It should be. It should be.
We started this
You know.
podcast 7 months ago, saying,
And guys, you really didn't get elevated until you had me on the show, but I'm elevating you.
Well, okay, all right.
So you are wandering around podcasting today too, right?
Yeah, doing mostly YouTube interviews today. We tried some podcast interviews at previous cons, and they're great. They're really good whenever you have a celebrity, because the celebrities don't really like cameras in their face. They like more of like just an intimate, quick thing. But this is such a visual place. I mean, it's hard. You don't want to interview cosplayers via podcast. You want to take pictures and videotape. So a lot of it's the YouTube stuff.
So you're saying this isn't going to go over well?
I wasn't getting on that, but again, you know,
you don't want to do a podcast interview from a con. Let me tell you, folks. Let me tell you. I love your caveat, though. Your caveat was unless it's a celebrity. And here we sit with the Steven Spielberg.
I honestly was not putting any of this together. I really wasn't. I didn't put
Freudian
anything you said.
slip.
That is just, but that's very funny. Yeah.
It's comedy.
Yeah. Celebrities like it, though, because I don't want a camera in my face. I don't want a camera in my face. I got a lot of things going on.
Right. So did you do a Nerdstalgia from here, or you just did the YouTube?
Just do the YouTube things. It's sort of like an on-the-go feature we do. I am doing a Nerdstalgia tonight, possibly, depending on how much this kills me today.
Right.
But
right.
Be fun.
Cool. Yeah, we had Nicole from Girl Gone Geek. We talked to her a little bit earlier. So
my counterpart.
Yeah. I don't know how comfortable I am with pushing all these other podcasts, but you know.
Well, just don't go any. This is your one-stop shop. Don't go any further.
This is your one-stop shop for interviews with all the Destination Nation people.
If it makes you all feel better, we were planning on giving you all free advertisement on all of our podcasts because we've been, and this is honest, we have been invited on a lot of different podcasts, and we have been asked to do some stuff with them. And this is no offense, but some of them are just so bad, and they're just like there's some people are just not personable. Some people just don't get the fact that these things have to be funny and entertaining to listen to. But you guys are great. I absolutely cannot speak enough good about you all. So, and I met you all's friends yesterday, and your girlfriend, and so I feel like me and her hit it off, had a connection.
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like me and her really should take it to the next level. So,
well, she's wandering around somewhere in here. I mean,
it's probably best. Does she know how much money I have?
No, we're gonna keep it that
way. Nobody tell her. Yeah, Brian just works there. He doesn't. Yeah.
I just work there.
He's a lowly employee.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, any other questions for Brian here? Or comments? Or just compliments for him?
I'll take comments.
Right.
Or compliments. Or complaints. If you want me to do something better, you tell me, Joe.
What's coming up on Nerdstalgia?
On Nerdstalgia? Well, let's see. We have some in the can. So the next one coming up is going to be E3. Talking all about the cool E3 stuff and video games coming out. And then after that, I think we're going to be doing a wrestling one. So I know the wrestling one we filmed a long time ago, but again, that was in the can.
In the can.
That is a professional term that you all know because you have an actual studio.
But we don't do that ever. We go one at a time. But
we've canned it a few times.
We've canned it a couple times. Yeah, that's true.
It's a nice. I like it when they're in the can because sometimes it gives me that sense of oh my god, I can actually take a break. Yeah. I could breathe. So
exactly. Well, I thought of something that, speaking of this Louisville podcast love that we're all sharing. You have a new podcast, one that I know is up, which is Bagged and Bearded.
Yep.
And I listened to the first half of that this morning, which was fun.
Did you like it?
So yes, I enjoyed it very much. It's different from Nerdstalgia. It's comic books straight up.
And they know their. Can I don't forget if I could curse.
Sure.
Yeah, well, they know their shit. They, they know their writers, creators. They know, and that's what's great about having the three of them. They're geniuses when it comes to that stuff, and I love that that's a whole niche we can carve out. So,
branding.
I love the name too.
Yeah,
Bagged and Bearded. It's great.
It's very good.
They're three bearded guys. So.
Which again, I can never go on that show.
I can't either.
Yeah,
so,
okay, good. Did you want to start a comic book podcast?
We can. We could call it Cool and Sexy.
Right. Yes.
So,
I think that fits.
I do too.
Yeah, I think that fits perfectly.
So I'm the sexy part. He's the cool part.
Yeah. Well, I have a beard, so
you do have a beard. You do have a beard.
That's getting a little itchy.
Yeah. But here's the thing. As we've stated. I'm kind of hitting it off with your girlfriend, so
right.
She clearly goes for the clean-shaven guys.
It's good. It's a good day. It's a good day. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for being on it.
I love being on, my guys. I really do.
So, everybody listen to Nerdstalgia.
Everybody listen to Villain District Podcast.
There you go. There it is. All right.
And go to your old shows. I want to see a show.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the fact that it's the same name as your band.
July 31st at Magbar, which
I don't go to Magbar, but I do want to go to one of your shows sometimes.
Right, yes,
just not Magbar.
Of course, we love that.
We'll see Evan there, right?
Evan,
so you have dibs on that bar? Is that what it is?
He steals things from me.
Well, speaking of which, we need to have Evan on sometime.
Yeah. You do.
So we need to have you and Evan in the studio.
Yeah, it would be best.
Will and I can just be quiet and just
Evan
let you guys.
Evan actually is calling.
Speaking
right
of
now.
in the can, that'd be about 6 episodes. What's right there?
Hello. Hey, Evan's actually calling me right now. So I don't. Can you hear Evan?
Let's see.
Evan, can you talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Evan, you're on a podcast.
Oh, awesome.
He is not excited at all. I think he's calling me for something real. So he probably wants me to shut up.
Well, not necessarily if you're on a podcast.
No, I'll call you. I'll call you back.
All right.
All right, bye, sweetie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's audible. I'll make sure it's audible. Yeah, that's great.
So
That's awesome.
But seriously, thank you guys so much. I really do love it. So
Absolutely, man.
So
Kisses.
Kisses to you too.
Bye, Brian.
So, and I promise. I don't know if we're still recording.
Oh, we are.
Oh, well, I promise I won't take your girlfriend. I'll tell her next time I see her. I'll say, "You got to back off, sweetie. You got to back
I
off."
like it. I'll bring her by before the day's over.
Please don't. I'll blush the whole time saying it. So yeah, so you guys have a good one.
Hey, see you, man. That was good.
What?
That interview.
That was a good interview. That was great.
Brian, you rascal.
Ooh, Brian. Oh,
You're
my
a rascal,
goodness.
man.
Yeah, you are. So
I'm gonna try and get him to listen to this one
right, you should
because he's a rascal.
Yeah, he is. And when we did come back to the booth after we had done the interview, and Tiff was with us, right? And what did he say? I mean, he lived up to it. He was
did.
like. He called her sweetheart.
Yeah,
and he was like, "You need to back off, sweetheart.
Yeah.
This is not gonna. It's not gonna happen." He was like, "I'm gonna give you your number back. I'm not
gonna give you your number back.
Gonna give you your number back, and I'm gonna promise Joe that I'm not gonna chase you or whatever."
He's a really good friend.
Yes. Yep. You can sleep at night now.
Now,
that's good.
speaking of the Destination Nation,
Right.
Brian and his. I don't know who really is behind it. I'm gonna
Him and
mention
Eric are
Eric.
right. They co-own it correctly. Correct.
You know, Evan's a big part of. He's a business partner in the Destination.
Yeah.
And I don't know him very well. Seems very intelligent.
Right. Yeah.
I think
Seems
he and Brian fight over the ladies, which is fun.
Right. We did get to hear a little spat between those two
Apparently,
at the Destination.
Brian can't go back to Magbar.
That's what we hear. We're playing a show there, and so apparently they can't come because of some, some unresolved.
Maybe Evan can come.
Maybe Evan can come. Yeah, come on, Evan. So
yeah, get with it. But speaking of the Destination Nation,
yeah,
they're a network of podcasts, brand new podcasts popping up all over the place in different kind of niches.
yes.
And Nicole Roby is the host of Girl Gone Geek, which is a podcast on the Destination Nation. And
it's a great podcast.
We're actually going to be guests on Girl Gone Geek.
We get to go on
month.
there. Yeah. So that'll be
on
cool.
an episode about
90s and early 2000s music.
So,
which that's right down our.
We'll let you know when that happens.
Yeah, we'll let you know when that's coming up.
That won't be episode. That'll be in a while. It'll be a while.
That's right. I don't know. Speaking of which, I don't know how far in advance she records hers, right? Because she seems very good at
like Brian says, you don't know how many in the can.
In the can. See, we like to be here at the Villain District Podcast. We like to be very topical. You know, we record just one at a time for the most part, so that, like right now, I can say that I watched the first episode of season 2 of True Detective the other day, and I couldn't say that if we had this one in the can.
Season 2's out?
Season 2, episode 1 is out.
What?
Yes, it's
Why haven't
time.
I heard about this?
It just came out Sunday.
It wasn't very good?
No, it was awesome.
Yeah, whatever. You would have said something.
Called out! Anyway, it's topical is what I'm saying. I could talk about...
Here's our interview with Girl Gone Geek. Nicole, enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy your podcast retail.
We're rolling? Beautiful. Well, we're here with Nicole Roby. I want to look at you like we're on TV, like there's a cameraman right there. But yeah, so we're here with Nicole Roby from who you singularly host.
I
right?
do.
The Girl Gone Geek podcast.
I do have a honorary sidekick, which is Matt, or AKA Little Bird. He's usually on every podcast. But yes, I do host Girl Gone Geek.
Nice. That's awesome. And so for our listenership who may not have heard your podcast before, which after this they'll go out and listen to everyone.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. But so what is it? What's kind of the gist of what you do on Girl Gone Geek?
Sure. So basically it's just nerd culture, pop culture from a girl's perspective. We usually do it's not just for girls.
Yeah.
It's usually a panel of girls and guys. Ironically, it's been more guys than girls.
Oh, yeah?
Except for we just recorded an episode. It was our first episode where it was all girls.
Right.
Which is kind of ironic for Girl Gone Geek. But we really touch on any topic. We've done Disneyland, pretty much every type of comic you can think of, talk about different TV shows, just whatever we want to banter on about.
For sure. And like, I mean, that's cool. That's like a growing sort of topic among like geek and nerd culture is like feminism and all that kind of, not that that's what your podcast is, you know, but just women's perspectives and making sure it's not just a sort of boys club or something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of when we were first talking about it, actually started because Brian, when doing Nerdstalgia, they did a Women in Comics episode with no females on it.
Oh, no.
So they actually tactfully handle it. It was really good conversation.
Okay, right.
But I came in joking with Brian that I couldn't believe he hadn't had a female on a podcast. Needless to say, I was on a few of their podcasts, and then it kind of evolved from there that we started Girl Gone Geek. Because I realized that there wasn't a whole lot of, or easily accessible podcasts out there that females were hosting kind of from a geek culture standpoint.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And you're part of the Destination Nation network. Right?
Yes.
Let me say that right. Yeah, exactly.
It's a mouthful.
I'm always like, did I say nation enough times?
Yes.
I don't know.
Destination Nation, or
Destination
DNN
Nation.
for short.
Yeah, DNN. Yeah. Which is almost like CNN, but more authoritative.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Much more informative and accurately stated.
Yes, exactly. So, did you recently take Girl Gone Geek to like another con? Did you do a? Seems like I heard that on one of your episodes that you went to. You had a booth somewhere. You did like a pre-party or something. I don't know.
So actually, it hasn't happened yet. I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, nice.
And I'm actually helping sponsor. There's a San Diego Comic-Con blog, which is basically the unofficial blog that has all the information that's easily accessible on it. They are doing a pre-party on preview night, so I am sponsoring that, so I'm pretty excited because my logo is going to be up during the MegaCon, the Mega
awesome.
Nerd event. So
that's fantastic. And that's a great logo, by the way.
Oh,
I don't know
you
who
so
did
much.
that, but it's
thank
wonderful.
You so much.
Yeah, it's
I appreciate
very good. Was that you? Was that your handiwork?
No, I did some alterations to it, but I cannot take credit for that.
Fair enough. Sweet. Well, yeah, we'd love to have you on, like, do a full episode with you at some point.
Yeah, sure.
If you're around. So, we will.
With more than two mics.
With more than two mics, so Joe can jump in and say important things. But thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no
and,
problem.
You know, short and sweet, but we'll catch up with you in the future. Everybody go listen to Girl Gone Geek.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks, Nicole.
Thank you so much. Bye.
What a great interview.
I can't believe it.
Oh, so good.
That was our first attempt at a... That was our first attempt at a mobile interview.
It was.
We had one mic on our side.
Right.
And
I don't even think you said anything through that whole interview.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I said next time we'll have more than one mic.
I just listened to it right now, so I should remember that. Because I just heard it in real life.
That I really enjoyed listening back to that interview.
Yeah, I did too, just a minute ago.
But no, we're big fans of really anything... Can I just say that in the intro of episode 19, I said the Destination Nation was the DDN?
Oh, right.
Because it was 8 o'clock in the morning.
That's been eating at your conscience, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah. See,
dude, hold on.
Yeah. What's up?
I was going to post this, but I didn't.
Okay. Now's the perfect time.
Yeah, for those of you who saw Will's like I actually did like that comedian interview.
I did. He was good. I wouldn't say. I'm not afraid of offending him. Like, I just liked it.
Will told me he hates possums.
Please put that up.
Maybe one more time.
Please, yes. Yeah, please.
Will told me he hates possums.
You guys want to see it?
Please
Will
do
told
that.
me he hates possums.
Please put that up. Yes.
So that's going to come up. That's going to
Please
go
do
up
that.
pretty soon.
That's really good. I like that. I like possums.
Yeah.
Only when they're stand-ups.
So Destination Nation, DNN.
Yeah.
Go check them out. They're good people, great podcasts.
Right.
And they're fans of ours. So
Right. So they can't be too bad.
Can't be too bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And here we go
Yeah,
with
yo.
our interview with artist and writer, right?
Yeah.
Our writer?
Yeah. Writer and artist, yeah. She does.
Dana.
Oh, well, yeah. I was going to spoil the interview. Never mind.
Dana Amundsen.
Dana Amundsen from the Louisville Cartoonist Society. Yeah.
And she was just... can I say before this, before we start, that Tiff
Sure.
and I went over to her table the day before, and she had this little book of just not animated, but cat butts. It was a cat butt book.
Cat butts?
Drawn cat butts. And she
That's
she said
interesting.
she would leave them, she wanted to leave them around just places, and people would just pick up this little book. Anyway, enjoy the interview.
Wait. I want to say this, even though they'll say it in the interview.
Enjoy the interview.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Awesome. So we're sitting here with Dana. I'm going to get it wrong already. Tell me.
Dana Amundsen.
Dana Amundsen. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And you're a part of the Louisville Cartoonist Society?
Yes.
Right.
I'm a local artist and
Awesome.
writer, and I joined LCS a little over a year ago, started going to the Drink and Draws there.
Yeah.
And they do an anthology every year, so I did an 8-pager for the most recent one.
Oh, cool. What is that? So what is that called, the new one?
The new one is called Tall Tales and Little Lies. The LCS anthology. I don't know. There's a bunch of subtitles and stuff, but Tall Tales and Little Lies.
Cool. Very awesome. So what's that story about? Or
my story is about a lady knight who goes in the search of a unicorn in a forest. And yeah, it's not very long, so I don't want to give away the ending, but yeah.
Right. Very cool. So
yeah.
Spoiler. I was just going to say spoiler alert.
right. Well, no spoilers. Thank
Right,
goodness.
no
Yeah.
spoilers.
So, well, that's awesome. Do you do lots of stories on your own as well?
Yeah, so I actually just started a webcomic. It's called Lady Knight, and it kind of follows the same character. It's told from the perspective of another character, but the Lady Knight who found the unicorn, whose name is Merowyn, is going to be showing up. So, yeah, it's just a fantasy story, all ages, about lady knights.
Very cool. So is that the kind of thing where how much do you release at a time with a webcomic like that?
So I started with a release of 3 pages for a prologue because I didn't want to just have one page up because nobody wants to just look at a single page.
Right.
And then it'll be 1 page a week. I've already got some prepped because, I can't actually produce a page a week most weeks. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to keep up that pace.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what medium do you like to use when you're doing your artwork?
I work digitally primarily. I do sketch sometimes with ink or pencil, but I like to work on a computer. So my webcomic and the comic that I did for LCS is digital start to finish, except for some thumbnails. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Joe?
Yeah. I was going to say, I feel like working digitally, I've somewhat dabbled with tablet stuff, and it's a completely different world for me. It's putting a pen to paper is one thing, but learning to translate,
Yeah, it's just a different tool, and the way that I draw is different when I'm using a computer and when I'm just drawing in my sketchbook. So I look at my art that I did, physical drawings of versus a digital drawing, and I know that I'm the same person that drew both of them, but they look very different just because the process is so different.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting. It's like trying to write a song on a guitar, which I'm a guitar player, and then going to a piano.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play the piano, so I'm just feeling around.
Yeah.
And it just comes out differently.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. So how long have you been doing comics, or how long have you even been drawing? And
well, I started drawing when I was a kid. I think most artists are I've always been drawing. Probably consciously over the last 5 years, I've really been focusing on digital art and comics and illustrations, and even trying to do some short animation stuff. But yeah, so about 5 or 6 years, I would say.
Do you have like a website you can plug or anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm on all of the social medias, but at my name, so Dana Amundsen, DanaAmundsen, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, yeah.
Awesome. And you plan here? We have one mic on this side, so Will and I are just bouncing back and forth.
We're not used to doing one mic. But yeah, I was going to ask about the anthology. Where can people find that or get that?
So I think obviously we're selling them at the con, but this will not be posted. So I think they'll be available at local comic book shops. Cool. Probably Great Escape, maybe Roll of the Die.
Yeah.
We do have a website, LCS, probably LouisvilleCartoonistSociety.com, I believe. And I'm sure that they'll post something on there saying where the books will be available.
Yeah.
And we are actually doing a signing next Friday, I believe, at Ultra Pop. So
what's the date on that? Because I don't know when this will go up. But
I actually don't know the date off the top of my head.
We'll find out. Yeah, we'll look it up. Yeah. It's next Friday from now, so whenever you're listening to this in the future, Emmett Brown, don't worry about it. But all right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
No problem.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
What an interview!
That was a good interview.
What an interview! Yeah, that was a good one.
What were you gonna say?
I gotta push one more time. Louisville Cartoonist Society, their new anthology, which is like a fantasy-based anthology, and it has our good buddy Stephen Bowman in it, and it's called Tall Tales and Little Lies. So you can pick that up. Just Google Louisville Cartoonist Society. You'll find them.
Or you could travel back in time and go to Derby City Comic Con. They were selling it at several tables.
That's right. So yeah, just build yourself a DeLorean and just head on back, and we'll see you there.
88 miles an hour. Okay, Who do we have next?
Next up, we have. Let's see. We've had Chuck Moore, owner operator, for that time in history.
We talked to Brian.
We talked to Brian Barrow. Yes.
We talked to Nicole.
Nicole. Yes.
And we talked to Dana.
Yes, we did. So that leaves one. Leaves one left.
Let's knock this one out of the park, bro.
Let's do it. So,
let's knock it out of the park.
So one of the fantastic panels there were the people I would identify as a fan of the show.
Right.
Is Bagged and Board, Pixel Brain Productions.
We're big fans.
Yeah, their show Bagged and Board. I just realized as we were so we had Matthew Gaither, who is the director, co-writer. Sort of the one-stop shop for Pixel Brain Productions.
Director, co-writer, shooter, editor.
Yes, exactly. So we had him. We had April Singer, and we had Kent Carney on the Bagged and Board episode, which was fun. And so we wanted to catch up with some of those people.
Now, if you've watched any of Bagged and Board, this is Jake.
Yes.
Jake is the guy working behind the counter who should not be working behind the counter.
He shouldn't be back there.
He was fun to talk to. He was. He said some really funny things.
Jacob Reber is his full name, in case we didn't put it in the interview, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
So,
So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Enjoy!
Thanks for sitting down with us here at the Derby City Comic Con.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the pleasure's all mine, guys. Do you need a mic? Do you want to share?
No, we'll back and forth.
Oh, okay.
We're good. Here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for sitting down with us. So we just got to see some of Episode 4 of Bagged and Board, which looks hilarious.
Yeah.
So just tell us about what you do, because you're around town. You're doing stuff, right?
I'm not in Episode 4.
You're not in Episode 4 at all?
No, I'm not in it
at
all.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to be an extra for them and wear like a bondage mask and just be in the warehouse and help make it weird, but then I was like, or I could just enjoy my Sunday, because I do a lot of these shoots. So.
Right. So you're a stand-up comic as well.
Yeah.
You do stand-up around?
I do.
Yeah, I've been meaning to come to one of the kaiju shows, and I've missed it because I've only known about it for about 3 weeks. So,
that means you would only have a chance to catch one of them.
Right.
Because it's every other week.
Right.
So at the time we're filming this right now, it's a... recording.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday. It's Sunday the 21st, and so the next one won't be until Sunday I don't know, man.
Right.
In July. So
right, exactly. Well, do you have
I could be doing a better job of promoting this.
I mean, it's people will find it.
Yeah.
If you build it,
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Right. Do you have a notion of, speaking of Bagged and Board, do you have a notion of where Jake is going? And what's your motivation for Jake?
Well, It's when I play the character of Jake, it's mostly just do whatever I would do.
So that's kind of what I've heard. I've heard that you play it pretty close.
It's like when they write me lines like, come on, man, I've been fired from literally everywhere. It's not that hard for me to learn how to act. Because I play music and I do comedy, and then they were just like, act in this thing. And I was like, okay, I've never done that, but it's not that far of a stretch.
So, yeah, I think I saw you at the Bardstown probably maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I asked Kent about this when we talked to him. I went to a show where the guy opening up the show, I didn't see him, but apparently it was pretty strange. He had like a book, and he was like reading from that book. And he ended up storming out because he bombed so hard. He had ordered nachos, a big plate of nachos. Oh, yeah. And that plate of nachos was sitting there, and someone was like, whose nachos are those? And they're like, connected the dots. Needless to say, everyone devoured this poor guy's nachos. Yeah. And his book was like sitting right next to the nachos.
Apparently, he like almost stepped on a baby or something. This was in the story I heard.
Oh man,
they let babies in there.
Oh, you're bringing it back. Yeah, Amber brought her baby, so he got really mad that her baby was heckling him.
That's right.
The baby wanted to get on stage and talk on the mic because he's the son of two performers, and the dude got upset that the baby was taking away from his brilliant reading of something. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He seemed like he was like maybe on shrooms or something.
Right.
I don't know. I'll tell you what he wasn't on. Nachos. Yeah, because we ate that dude's nachos.
Yeah, I think I had at least a nacho. Nice. Yeah, and you went to the
roast of Harry Potter. Yes.
Oh yeah,
the Alan Rickman was fantastic.
Thank
you.
Done.
Well played.
I appreciate it.
Yep. It was amazing. So you guys do those how often?
We do them about every other month. Loosely, we do about 6 to 7 or 8 a year.
Yeah.
Of the roasts.
I saw a poster for the roast of Jesus, but I unfortunately did not get to catch it.
That was a fun one.
Did you play the titular character?
I was Jesus.
Yeah.
And that was a really the original. Actually, the first roast we ever had was the roast of Jesus, and that was I didn't come on board till the second roast.
Yeah.
Which was Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, nice.
And so the first roast, he was played by Tyler Jackson, who's a comedian who's since moved to Chicago that we bring back for the roast often. He was playing Ron Weasley.
Okay, right.
And so I had, and since that first one, I played Jesus on the roast of God. And I really wanted to reprise the character. And so...
Roasted the Father.
Yeah.
Roasted the Father. What was that? Roasted Franco. Did you see that?
Oh, roasted James Franco? Yeah, I watched that one.
Andy Samberg. Roasted the Father. Anyway.
Yep. It's a deep cut.
So is it a week from today is Kaiju?
Yeah, next week will be... I could look these up.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it's the 21st right now, so next week. It might be like the 31st or something. I'm looking it up, Internet. Never you fear. This is good radio right here.
It is. I like it.
Okay, so July the 5th is your next chance to catch the Comedy Attack at Kaiju, 1004 East Oak Street. After that, your next chance is the 19th of July.
Okay.
Then, on the 2nd of August, on the 16th of August, and also the 30th of August, you can catch the Comedy Attack.
Do you have the 2016 schedule with you as well? Because
I'll keep swiping, man. I'll pretend it's like
I'm actually not free every other Sunday until August of 2016. So I'm just curious. No. Anyway. Well, yeah, we would also like to have you on and do like a full...
Oh, we should. That'd be fun.
Jake
I love doing
sometime.
podcasts because I've always wanted to have one, and I know I would never keep up the work in order to actually do one.
It's surprisingly not that much.
Like yeah. But I got my hands in so many soups already that like I play with a couple bands and...
oh, yeah. Tell us about that. Like, because I know you play bass.
Yeah,
right?
Primarily I'm an upright bassist.
Yeah.
I also play electric bass, which is a fretless, which is just a more pretentious version of a electric bass.
So you do like jazz stuff. Like that's what I've heard you
mention I went to school for jazz, and I also play guitar and cello and stuff with strings, like uke and mando and stuff that doesn't matter.
Right. We're in a band, and so like when I heard you say I had a musical performance, I was like, oh, okay, so not like a show, like playing
exactly.
A show. Right.
That's what makes it so hard to do like comedy with music. Is really like, okay, it makes sense when you see like Zach Galifianakis or Reggie Watts or even like Stephen Lynch. That's you can say musical comedy, but what I'm mine's different from those guys in one that it's not very good, and then in two that I'm doing kind of straight songs, like I'm actually trying to perform this music, but it's also very firmly tongue-in-cheek, like I'm not taking myself very seriously.
Right.
I think it'd be interesting, considering we normally do our podcast in a recording studio, to like have a setup where you come in and you could like, I don't know, play some jams.
We could do something like that.
You have to.
Okay.
I spoke it into existence.
I'll spit my hand and then we can shake them.
Yep.
But I'm planning on at the end of the summer doing a show at the Bardstown. That'll be because like Ronan Hirschberg's got a show next weekend where I help out with his one-man show and play music for him sometimes.
Yeah, I think we were planning on going to that, right?
Yeah, I'm actually buying my dad's ticket as a late Father's Day gift.
Oh,
so
good.
There you go.
That'll be great.
Boom.
It's a really good show. Yeah, Ronan's extremely talented and it's very fun to play music behind. And so I'm going to be doing sort of my own special or one-man show at the end of the summer where I'm going to just do an hour and get it filmed by the Pixel Brain guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
That's fantastic. One last question I have, because I'm just curious. When you're doing references, because very reference based, bagged and board, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much of that is just you being like, here's what? Because Kent Carney told us he wanted to reference Animorphs.
Oh yeah,
that was a thing he wanted to do really bad.
So he put in the Hork-Bajir.
Right, exactly. I had to Google that.
Oh man, like did you read Animorphs? He didn't just.
No,
have that
I didn't. No.
I flipped through the pages, like the bottom corner of the pages.
Oh yeah, to watch the little
book fairs.
Motion. Yeah,
yeah.
But I loved Animorphs.
Yeah.
They're not good.
Right.
They yeah, we work in a lot. That's one thing I'm very proud of with the series is I don't think anybody, especially that first episode, gets 100% of the references.
Right. Yep.
Like
they're diverse.
Yeah. Like Kent pulling out the Mogo doesn't socialize thing. Like I have no idea what that is.
Right.
And at the same time, like I think I've thrown in a couple musical jokes in there and things here and there that nobody's gotten.
Yeah.
I'm big into like continuity of like Marvel continuity or just like history of comics kind of thing, like pulling deep references and then just like music and cartoons. So
right.
I don't know. I got some stuff planned for future episodes.
Sweet.
Wait, what's the question?
You answered it. That was it.
Okay.
There's some of those are your references. You're like your fandom
a lot
shows
of
or whatever.
Craig writes in spots where it says Jake improvises dialogue here, or if he writes something, I'll just do something else anyway.
Yeah.
Nice. They're planning on doing a whole cut eventually of me just fucking up takes. Can
That's
I swear
awesome.
on this podcast of me just
Nope,
fucking
too
up
late now.
Of me. A lot of the takes I just intentionally ruined by saying horse pussy in them. And so
that's a farming reference for everybody out there.
And so there's going to be a horse pussy cut at some point of just very
tons of children
about
walking
takes.
by as you're talking about this.
That's the DVD extras for you bagged and board fans.
See, I would say that's a good idea, except that nobody buys DVDs anymore.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is it's coming to Netflix.
The iTunes.
I guess. I don't use that either.
Is that where you would buy it?
I think you can download it for free off Kazaa Lite.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. If you can download it straight onto your pager.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And
Luckily,
then,
I still have my my pager.
Yeah.
I actually
you tricked it out so it gets tweets now.
I tag team my pager with my green faceplate Nokia phone.
Oh man,
yeah, I've been thinking about switching to like blue or something.
The back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can call it back and watch Bag and Board.
I actually modded my Neo Geo Pocket so that it can get onto my MySpace from any dial-up connection.
Any?
That's
really impressive.
My Neo Geo will dial the phone, the cellular phone, to get onto the internet.
Sure.
And then I can do anything. I could send a fax.
You could.
To any like Scantron test machine in the nation.
Yeah. There's no better place to leave this than right there.
I was trying to think of a way to like work in like the printers with like the ribbon instead of the ink cartridges.
In my head was thinking about those, but then I said Scantron. I was like, I don't remember what those printers were called.
Yeah. Ribbon-y.
I think the brand name was.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Thanks for having us on your podcast.
Thanks, that's my time. I've been Jay Grieber, everybody.
That was funny.
That was a good one.
Yep, that was a good one.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, he was his character, like the last, I want to say when we talked to Matt and them on the podcast, they said, Jake's character, he plays it pretty straight. He plays it like, so I was expecting to have my guard up, like he was going to attack me.
Yeah, like
he was sweet.
He was.
He was a very sweet
I expected
young man.
a little. I mean, I figured he would be, a genuinely nice guy, but I figured it would be behind.
I didn't think he would be nice.
See, I thought it would be like behind.
His character's not nice.
Right, but he's good-hearted. Maybe that's a better way to say it.
I don't know that his character's good-hearted.
Right. I figured he would have some friendly sparring. You know what I mean? Like some little jabs here and there, something like that. But he was just.
He'd probably jab at us if he knew us a little bit better.
Right, probably. So I used to be offended that he didn't jab at us. Yeah.
But, I call success on episode 20.
I think it was fantastic. Real quick, before we leave Jacob Breber behind, go check out his stuff if you're in the Louisville area. He does comedy around town, and he hosts a comedy show at Kaiju every other Sunday. So
every other Sunday.
So enjoy that. So we have awesome stuff coming up. I know. I'm sure. Right?
Probably.
I know of at least 2 guests that are on lockdown that we're going to have on here at some point soon.
We got those guests on
That's right.
lock. We got those guests on
right.
lock.
And,
holla at me if you want my block. We got them guests on lock. We got them guests on lock.
What does that even mean?
I don't remember.
Right? Well, Derby City Comic Con was great. I had fun spending too much money and seeing awesome cosplayers and meeting all these fun people, doing all this stuff. It was a good time.
It was a good weekend.
I'd do it again, man.
It was a good weekend.
I would do it again.
I would just go out on a limb and say, I really enjoy the community.
Yeah,
in this city that we're meeting a lot of people doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And we've been greeted with open arms by a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And it's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to be on Girl Gone Geek. I know Brian wants to have us on the Nostalgia podcast sometime soon.
Right.
And we've been going to a lot of comedy shows. So
yeah. So it's been fun. I'm enjoying. Yes, I second that. This community is cool. There's a cool creative community in Louisville, and we're finding it through this podcast, which is a creative podcast. Podcast.
We only talk to creative people. If you're not creative, you can get
out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Jack.
We don't like you, you jackalope. You're a jackalope.
Is there anything else we need to cover for episode 20?
No.
Oh, one thing I want to say before we get out of here, did I clip?
You might have clipped out the preamp on that one.
Sorry, everybody.
Now, I want everyone to see that Will's got a boisterous voice.
That's right.
Not my fault.
That's right. I'm going to be on, I don't know. One thing I want to say before we get out of here is July 31st, we do have a show. Villain District has a show.
We're going to rock out.
We're going to rock out and roll out.
Oh, and a week after that, we're playing a festival here.
Right. We have 2 shows coming up. So we got July 31st at Mag Bar with Technicolor Steamboat, which should be great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're playing with us.
Didn't realize.
Yep. And then either August 7th or 8th, because those are the festival dates, we are playing the Driftwood Music Festival, also here in Louisville. So I don't know where we are on the schedule. We'll either open up on Friday, the festival, or open up on Saturday, because that's how it's working.
But we're only playing songs pertaining to Driftwood or piracy.
Absolutely. So I'm going to be writing lots of songs about that new movie called Pan, about the early days of Captain James Hook.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that movie.
Yeah.
You can crap all over it if you want to.
No, it'll be great.
Looking forward to it.
I'm excited about it. Yeah, it'll be fun. So come see us at those. Everybody that was on the podcast, thanks. We'll tag you in it. We were honored to get to sit down and chat with you. This has been a successful episode 20.
Mm-hmm.
Here's to 20 more.
Here's to 20 more episodes, and then we'll stop.
Exactly. And then
we'll
we're
stop
done.
after 40 episodes.
Done forever. So that's not true. Here's to billion more. Right?
Well, that's too much.
Oh, okay.
You done good, Will.
You done good, Joe. Bye, everybody. You done good. Woo!